G'day, Groovers. Kind of a weird angle, but it's a selfie stick that is stuck in a wine bottle. It's high tech around these parts. You're awake. Hey, Casper. This won't be long. It's so late. Like it's nearly 20 past 8. I haven't had dinner yet. I got home from a. Hey, you were working before. I got home from a yoga retreat and I was so hungry. And I've just been fucking around, catching up with some people on the phone and just making a really quick veggie stir fry. But this is the best angle I can do. Just put in a bit of peanut oil in my wok. I have prepared everything, so it won't take very long. Stir fries shouldn't take more than 7 minutes. So just put a bit of peanut oil into the wok. I might put a little bit more for people watching this riveting veggie stir fry. Great way to use up veggies. The trick is prepare everything. Yeah, my early morning walks, most people are snoring. But the trick with a stir fry, cut everything up first, have everything ready to go. This is just a veggie one. And yeah, although it's nearly 8:30, I don't mind eating veggies at this hour. This is one of my chopsticks. I'm going to teach you a little trick. I was like, why can I smell gas? And it's because I've got the gas burner. One of the gas burners is on. Hey, Planet Sunshine. How you doing, Groover? So this is just a little trick I learnt when I lived in Vietnam, which is to test your oil. If it's hot enough in your wok, you put your chopstick in, and if the oil bubbles up around this is so weird. I'm watching what I'm doing through my camera. Bizarre. But yeah, you put the pointy bit in, and when that starts to bubble, I'm trying to work out. I haven't used this wok burner for ages. I'm pretty sure I've got it on the highest flames. Don't remember it being this slow though. Oh, it's not on the biggest. Duh. Here we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Hey, Scout Inquirer, how you doing? Biscuits inside because it's getting a little bit cold. I'm still in a t-shirt, which is not a good move. It's starting to get cold. I've got all this stuff that I've cut up. So while we wait for the oil to heat up, first thing that's going to go in is onions and shallots. Stir fries are great for using up all your veggies. So I've just wedged the onions. There's 2 red chilies. Yep, this is going to be a feisty little motherfucker. Some sliced garlic. And if you wanted to put capsicum in, I didn't have any capsicum, so or red peppers, as some people call them in the States, as you guys call them. Didn't have any, so that's all I've got. But if you were going to use capsicum as well, you would chuck it in with this stuff. Bowl number 1. When it's hot, you stick your wok in. So I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll probably stuff up my phone and everything else if I go closer. But when there's bubbling happening at the base of the chopstick, and there's not a lot at the moment, give it a few more seconds. Stick your wok in. Come on, bubble, you prick. Doesn't help there's a bit of a sea breeze kind of blowing the flame around. It's quite a decent flame happening underneath. But yeah, there's some bubbles happening, so it's good enough. So in go the onions, garlic. I chucked in a couple of shallots and 2 red chilies. This only needs 2 minutes. Just get a bit of caramelization happening. It already smells amazing. But yeah, with a stir fry, the trick is have everything ready to go. I'm not doing anything with a fancy sauce, as you'll see in a minute. But when you've got everything good to go, you should really always try to stir fry for under 10 minutes total. gone are the days of back in the 80s where people used to invite you over and they'd be like, we're having a stir fry, and they'd made it like 3 hours before, and it was just this big wok full of soggy veggies. Gross. You couldn't handle the chili, Casper? That's all right. You can leave it out. I'll just give this all a bit of a stir. The wok isn't as hot as I would like it, but it's not bad. But I'm probably going to give these like another minute. But yeah, so prep first, chop everything up, and then away we go. So the next thing that we'll be going in is the saucy bit, which might sound weird to people, but it's how I make my stir fries. Some people would chuck the other veggies in, but I actually put the sauce in next, so it covers all of this stuff. And all I've got is a couple of tablespoons of soy sauce. Or no, I've got a tablespoon of soy, a tablespoon of tamarind. I also put a little bit of sesame oil in because I love it. And if you are into sort of sweeter flavors, you could also put like a little bit of sugar into the sauce. So that goes in. Whoa, slippery little sucker. Maybe that's why I haven't used my wok burner for a while. It's on a weird angle. Oh, God, who loves sesame oil? It smells amazing. So good. So you just give it a good shake. You can use a little flipperoonie thing if you want to flip it. Totally up to you. But get the sauce mixing in with all of the onions and shit. That needs just like about a minute. And then we can go the veggies. So I've got homegrown zucchini. I'll show you these because they're such an unusual shape. But they're beautiful. They're almost meaty. So that's from my friend the Andes. I've got 2 of these zucchinis all sliced up. We've got some broccoli, some little carrots that I've just chopped into some sticks, and some beans. And these are actually frozen. I only had a little tiny bit of beans left in the freezer. I might chuck it all in. So that's enough. It smells amazing. And then chuck in your veggies. And you want to give them 2 to 3 minutes. You can use one of these doobie-lackies if you don't want to use chopsticks. I think chat is frozen or no one's speaking. That's all right. So I'll just do this bit. So yeah, use one of these doobie-lackies if you're more comfortable using that. But you want to get all the veggies mixed through, covered in some of the sauce. I'm a big fan of the crunchy, slightly undercooked veg, but if you like your veg more cooked, you just fry it a little bit longer. Oh, and that's moving again. Exactly. Stir fry and fry by Mel Mel. Is that just what do you mean I just killed it? Delicious. What do you mean did I kill it? I chopped that up with love. There's no meat, but obviously if you wanted to do meat, what you should normally do is cook your meat first, get it all nicely browned, then take it out. Then you start the process like I did from the peanuts. You've got to have crunch. I agree. Excusing me of murdering a zucchini. And one thing I love with stir fries is the next day you can just cook up some couscous or some quinoa. You can put all the stir fry veggies out on a roasting tray, and you can actually roast it again. And then you can make like a roast veggie salad. Or just chuck it back in the wok and warm it up again. going to give it a bit longer than I normally would because I get my wok so much hotter in my kitchen. Oh, you don't like zucchini? Well, then you should be happy I just murdered a couple. I love it. But see, I hate eggplant. That's my vegetable. Gross. Do you eat eggplant, Mel Mel? You were in lockdown, Casper. That's why I thought I'd go live. Give you people in lockdown some. How good does this look, though, guys? And it smells amazing. I'm going to try something in a minute. But yeah, so it's vegetarian, but if you. Yeah, this is why I don't use it. So yeah, you like eggplant. So you can eat the eggplant and I'll eat the zucchini. How long's lockdown? Is it still just the 3 days, Casper, or have they extended it? I had 2 swims on at the beach today. It was so nice. So nice. Front seat. I've got my denim apron on. What? Eric, you're suspended above my wok burner on my barbecue. Are you sober, Eric? Good to see you, mate. Happy New Year. Oops. It's nearly good to go, but I haven't I can't say the chili's taking much of a punch. Bit disappointing. I'm not going to stay live for a few minutes, but you'll be listening to me eat, which is probably pretty disgusting. Just getting some of the chili from the bottom, making sure it's through everything. If you want to add more flavour when you're eating it, if it's not exciting enough for you, you can put more soy sauce, more tamarind. Welcome to Shitty Walk. They're debating extending it. Oh, that's not good news. I think we're good to go, guys. I'll just check a bean because the beans, I mean, they've been out of the freezer for about 10 minutes, but yeah, perfect. So that's it. You can scribble more sesame oil if you've got sesame oil. You can chuck that over, add more flavour. The chili's coming through now. It's really delicious. And I'll just turn the wok off. See how quick that was, Groovers? So freaking quick. I've got my little bowl here because I'm organised. I'm so hungry. This is perfect. But yeah, if you want to do meat, just cook the meat first and then take it out, keep it to one side, then go through the steps I went through, and then at the end chuck the meat back in and mix it through so it warms up again, and then you're good to go. So there's that. While we're still in camera, I know I was in fear it's going to slide off. I don't know why it's doing that, but I don't use the wok burner very often. I get pretty good heat happening in my kitchen. So I'm just going to garnish with some chopped peanuts, but you can use cashews if you've got cashews. You can use any sort of nut that you want. But a few peanuts and then some homegrown basil. Doesn't need salt or pepper because it's got a lot of soy and tamarind. But like I said, if you wanted to, there it is. That's it. Hey, Mel Mel, telling people about my birthday. What are you doing? No one needs to know. There's Biff. There's the view. Let's go over to the table. And I'll chat a bit longer if you guys want to hang for a sec. So it's pretty simple. It's not the most exciting dinner, but I find it quite delicious. Marry. Oh, shit. Hang on. Uh-oh. Oh, no, I didn't evacuate. So there it is, Groovers. Very easy. It'll be crunchy and deliciousness. But yeah, if you don't mind me crunching away in the background, I'll stay live for a bit longer and see what everyone's up to. I hope you don't have to be in lockdown for much longer, Casper. That kind of sucks. Did I turn the gas off? Yeah. Look, I turned the burner off. Hang on. Hang on. Gas is off now as well. Look at the sky. Casper's turning into the mum. Oh, look at my little lily pillies. They're thirsty. I've got to get water delivered. My tank is getting really low. Like, I thought I had maybe a quarter, but I've got like a fifth of water left in my tank. I do always, when I clean the barbie after I've cooked on it, I do turn the gas off. So, what else is news, peeps? It's so yummy with the fresh basil. Grown in my kitchen. Look at it, it's so cute. This little basil leaf comes into picture. Yeah, I think you told me, Mel Mel, lily pillies cause you a lot of heartache. Well, scat inquirer, shrimp would be beautiful with it, or prawns, as we say. It's super easy. It's so quick. I mean, you've got to just cut everything up before you stir fry, but it's really yummy. And that little bit of sesame oil, I'm almost tempted to drizzle some more on it, but I'm not going to. But that just adds another little bit of flavour. But the fresh basil, but you could use coriander, parsley. Oh, you don't got fresh basil. Hi, Ruth. You just had chili and garlic mixed veg for breakfast. Did you really? Or are you saying watching me cooking this makes you feel like you have that for breakfast? The fresh basil is beautiful. I grow my basil in my kitchen, Mel Mel. It's too delicate for outside. I don't know. It grows so well. Like, it's a beautiful plant and it just keeps going. And it was one of those little, ones that you can buy in a pot at Coles. It wasn't anything crazy expensive or fancy. How does Katrina Catress? Catress? How do you pronounce it? Katrina Catress? I haven't seen her in forever. I haven't seen her live or anything. They are scrummy as tiny shoots. Hey, Geraldine. Yeah, we have to order water. Great time. These zucchini, these homegrown zucchini are so yummy. They're so different to the ones you would buy even at a fresh produce place. They're almost meaty. Like, this will fill me up. What did I see there? Yeah, with Geraldine about the water. So tank full. This house, the build was finished in October 2014, and I've only had to order water 3 times, so it's not like a regular thing. Um, we had a lot of rain leading up to Christmas, which is unusual down here, but because I used to travel for work so much, it'd take me a lot longer to go through a tank. And it costs 75, $80 for 10,000 litres, which my tank is a 24,000 litre. And I usually just get the 10,000 and then I'm fine again for a long time. Um, Scout, I purchased the prepared stir fry sauce, was not impressed. Yeah, so it's so easy. I mean, I didn't have enough for 2 tablespoons of soy, but I did have some tamari in the fridge, which is the salt-free version of soy. So it's roughly a tablespoon of each, and then some sesame oil. And like I said, if you want to have a bit more of a caramelized flavor, put some sugar. It sounds weird, but you can put some sugar into the stir fry sauce as well if you want a bit of a sweeter thing, and it kind of offsets the chili and the garlic because there's 2 chilies in this stir fry. But you could also put, it might sound weird to some people, but you could put maple syrup if you didn't have sugar in the house. But I do lots of different stir fry sauces. I just went for the basic one tonight. Oh, you did have it for breakfast. Good girl. Some of her tiny offshoot plant. Wow, $200. Far out. We're in the wrong business. Yummy. I'm thinking, say something, Tori. And it's like, no, you've got a mouthful of delicious food. And the nuts is a really nice, easy garnish. Nuts and some fresh herbs. I usually would put either peanuts or cashews. I thought I had some cashews. I pulled my pantry apart, couldn't find them, but I've always got peanuts. Yeah, a pinch of brown sugar, exactly. Um, that's what you do, Mel Mel. Brown sugar with oyster sauce. I love oyster sauce. I always use oyster sauce when it says to use fish sauce because I went. My ex Jason and I went through a phase of just cooking Thai food all the time. Um, we made everything from scratch, all the different little dipping sauces and everything. Hey, Francesca. It's a pretty daggy view. I can see Biscuit's little thing of cat grass. I'm hoping it'll rain so it'll get some water. You use both? Yeah. Most people do, but when I lived in Vietnam, our house was only a block away from I mean, if you want to have real crazy hardcore fish sauce, can't do much better than anywhere in Asia, really. But we lived about a block from a fish sauce factory, and the stink was gross. I just don't like it. I don't like it raw, and I don't like the smell of it when it's cooking. Francesca, I'm great. I'm just made a stir fry on the barbie, a really easy veggie one, no meat or anything. I think Casper left because it was vegetarian. Melmel's been my rock. We've been each other's rocks. And I think we will be for a while. I've lost so many friends, and I was starting to think that because I've lost so many friends that I wasn't sort of honoring them by not falling apart, which is a weird thing to feel. But Mem's departure, I think, because Mel, Mem, and I all met on YouTube. We all came from different places, and I had a pretty difficult year last year, so a bit like Mem, a lot of my contact with the outside world for a little while was through YouTube. Grilled tomato and cheese, nice. Yeah, we're looking after each other. No, thanks, Geraldine. There's so many different things. I found before being there and I started chatting on Messenger and texting, we emailed and I found like all these emails from her right when we first met. I've got to sit down one day and just sit there and read them. I knew that we'd emailed each other, I just didn't realise the volume was crazy. Mm. Veggies are the bomb. Oh, I feel so much better for eating, guys. I've still got quite a lot in my bowl, but I'm going to stop and have a little chat. I've only got 20% battery left, so I'll have a chat and finish it. It's so good. And when it's cooked fresh, I even love it. It doesn't bother me when there's cold. It's almost like just a veggie salad. Tomato cheese with a smidge of mustard. What sort of mustard, Ruth? I'm a diehard Dijon mustard. That is my favourite. I have the biggest jar of French Dijon always in my fridge. I've got lots of other mustards, but I buy Dijon by the bucket load. Mm. Do you know what my favourite part of this stir fry is that all of the veggies are so beautiful, but my homegrown basil, when I get a mouthful with that in it, I'm like, oh my god, it's just like next level Russian or Dijon. Oh, I've never tried Russian. Mm. Losing people online. Yeah, and of course, I mean, Mel Mel and Mem and I, our friendship, we took it offline. Um, at one point, Mem even had flights and accommodation booked to come to Tassie, but then she fucked up her tendon and she couldn't come. I never have an appetite after someone's died. I lose my appetite big time. I remember when my mum died, after her service, my uncle, I was just so broken, and my uncle came into the bedroom at my mum and dad's place where I was camping for a few days, and not camping, but where I was staying, with a plate of food. He's like, "You've got to eat. You've got to eat." I just don't have an appetite, and I don't want to eat something and make myself feel sick eating it that I don't eat ever again. And he's like, "I don't care. Come and sit outside in the sun at the table and eat it." And I did, and it was amazing. And it was just a barbecue chicken and salad, but I really loved that he noticed that. And it was his sister that had died. When you're all sort of together, everyone's grieving for the same person. Like, it was very sweet of him to notice that. I didn't know it involved the kids, grandkids, and a trampoline. I didn't get this story. Oh, that was yummy. And yeah, eating a little bit later than I should have been. I had a really long chat with another friend of mine who's sick, which was not great. It was great to chat with her, but not great news. So I was a bit late in getting food happening. But one thing I always think is, if you're going to eat late, if you don't make like a little poached egg or something, then just have have some veggies. Yeah, it's so sad, isn't it, Ruth? You lose interest in things that you love, and cooking's always been such a relaxing outlet for me. So, I mean, stir fries, I don't do stir fries a lot because they are so quick. I go, oh, I need to wind down and spend some time in the kitchen. I want to find a recipe that's going to take at least an hour. But eating at this hour of the night, yeah, some veggies. But you could, for those of you who need a bit more with it, rather than just a bowl of veggies, you could eat, you could cook up some rice and um, if you wanted to, or you could do like cauliflower rice. I've got a cauliflower in the fridge, and I was like, oh, I should chuck some cauliflower. And I'm like, no, I'm going to actually make cauliflower cheese. I've got my sister staying tomorrow night, and then another friend staying on Monday night. I'm going to do barbie and salad, but I reckon I'll do a cauliflower cheese as well. Gotta love a cauli cheese, right? And I'll put bacon on top of that. Well, thank you, Geraldine, and you guys all brighten our days too. Like everyone, I love it. It's a nice group, isn't it? We're a happy little, we're a happy little group, and it feels nice doing that. Like I went to this yoga retreat this afternoon, and it was all about manifestation and creative visualization, all that sort of stuff. And I was saying how after what happened to me with adrenal burnout and how isolated you become, like I really want to channel my energy this year so that if I make people not feel isolated, that's sort of what I want to do. And YouTube's a really good platform to do that. So don't say that word. What word? Cauliflower or making people not feel isolated? There was cheese in cauli cheese. Yeah. Veggies, you feel great after eating veggies, and they don't take hours to digest. Um, Still not great to be eating at this hour, but I've got a couple of hours of things I need to do, so should be nicely digested by the time I go to bed. Oh, the Vegemite word. They never got back to me, and I wish I'd put in a counterclaim now, because by the time I'd tracked down legal and Vegemite and all the rest of the other wanker might have removed the strike, although I don't think he was going to. He was such an asshole, that guy. And not only was he an asshole, he was a liar. He lied to me. He told me that YouTube had automatically struck me, which is BS. And, he's a prick. May bad karma bite him on the bum. Hey, here's some bad karma. Well, some karma. I said it. Hey, Biscuit. Look, can you see Biscuit? She's through the Papasan chair, which I need to rub some olive oil into. I need to get all the coating off it with a bit of steel wool, which makes me feel steel wool and steel sandpaper. Oh, it makes my teeth hurt. Emery boards. That's why when Mel Mel's doing her nails, I have to like mute her. And then you rub olive oil in, and they come back not good as new, but they come back good. But Biscuit's on the other side of the Papasan frame. So what I was going to end with, for a bit of a laugh, karma. So has everyone seen the story that was flying around today that these are all Capitol Hill stories? There was a guy who was trying to steal art, a painting from Capitol Hill, who had a taser gun with him, and he put it between his legs to remove the painting, and the taser gun went off and zapped him in the nuts, and he died of a heart attack. That, my friends, is karma. But wait, there's more. The Marmite's gross. My mum loved Marmite and Promite. Ugh. I used to get so upset if I went to school and I had a sandwich. I'm like, yeah, Vegemite sandwich. And then I'd bite into it and it'd be fucking Marmite. Or Marmite and cheese was even, ugh. And Vegemite and cheese I didn't like either. But second karma story out of Capitol Hill. The Biggie's been very quiet the last couple of days. I think she might have a UTI. I'm going to take her back to the vet. No, he's not around, Geraldine, so don't. You'll Beetlejuice him. Don't even mention him. I've been lucky the last few days. I haven't had one. So fingers crossed he's turned over a new leaf for the new year. So there was taser in the nuts, heart attack dude. And then that Air Force veteran, the one that got shot and died, not cool. But one of the last things she posted was something along the lines of, I will never see Joe Biden as president or something. It wasn't over my dead body, but it was something along those lines. She was basically saying there's no way Biden will ever be president. I'm not going to see it in my lifetime. Careful what you tweet. And the third one, because there's a third one, another person who died, and this isn't nice because she was actually trampled to death, which wouldn't be pleasant. But she was only 34, which is sad. She was photographed outside Capitol Hill before she went into Capitol Hill carrying a flag that said, "Don't tread on me." And then, yeah, she died. She was trampled to death. Exactly, Francesca. It's still activity, still interaction in the eyes of the YouTubes. But I just got my 15% battery warning, so I'll probably end this shortly. But yeah, there's the three karma stories from Capitol Hill. Couldn't believe it. And of course, you know, I belong to some politically incorrect groups. In fact, my child-free group is quite politically incorrect at times, and you know, the American members all need a bit of a laugh. So the memes were flying thick and fast. But yeah, isn't it crazy? But I still think shot in the nuts with a taser gun, heart attack guy out of the three of them. What a way to go, man. Zap to the nuts, boom, gone. Rest in peace, mate. You might regret. Well, he has no regrets now. I mean, he's dead, but you know what I'm saying. Don't put a gun between your legs, especially if you've got testicles. Oh, you're all saying it's spooky. I was expecting thousands. Cool stories. Thanks, Francesca. I can laugh knowing someone thought they were kind of... I mean, look, they're gone and it's unfortunate, but it's just a bit bizarre that, yeah, that each of them, their last sort of thing, ended up kind of... Thank you, Francesca. I can rely on you for a giggle. So, yeah, just a minute's silence for... zap to the nuts, heart attack dude, don't tread on me flag, trampled to death, and I will never see Joe Biden become president. Oops. Actually, we'll just have 2 seconds silence. I don't know. How did Papa die, Mama? Well, he was a thief who was trying to steal artwork from Capitol Hill, zapped himself in the nuts with a taser gun, had a heart attack, and boom, gone. It's kind of sad. He'll make it into the Darwin Awards for sure with that effort. I mean, I don't think that one's going to be easy to beat, to be honest. They might as well give it to him now. I was wondering if our testicle-owning subscribers would come in and react to the zap to the nuts. I'm not crying over them either, Francesca. And I think especially for the Americans in my group that are just so embarrassed about what happened. Like for them to be able to find some way to laugh about it, and but these stories just came out one after the other. It was like, this is ridiculous. It's just like karma 3 times in a row. You can't make this shit up. So on that night, yep, I reckon Zap Nuts Heart Attack Man is going to win the Darwin Awards for sure. And the other two might get, honourable mentions. Probably not the one that tweeted about I'll never see Biden. I mean, luckily she didn't say over my dead body. Well, hello, the chatterboxes. Welcome. You've missed the stir fry. You've missed me talking and eating at the same time. Gross. And my battery is now about to cark it. StreamYard chews through I should have connected it to my Wi-Fi. Probably wouldn't chew it any slower though, now that I think of it. So yes, if there's one thing that we've learned this evening, it's stir fries are great. You've just got to have everything chopped and ready to go. Hey, look at the beautiful colours of the sunset happening. Isn't that pretty? I'm reflecting on the windows. I mean, hello. So yeah, if we've learned anything tonight is if you're making a stir fry, chop everything up, have your sauce ready to go. And to test if your oil is hot enough, stick a chopstick in the bottom of the wok. And if it bubbles, you're good to go. And secondly, don't try to steal a painting and put a taser gun between your legs, especially if you've got testicles. And I think they're 3 very important life lessons. Mem would have loved that. Mel Mel, when I was on the beach today, I did a very short little video. I think you saw it, but this bloody dog did a poo while I was doing my little video. Yeah, I'll end the live. I'll take a photo. I'll go down to the end of the deck. I've got to clean the barbie anyway. So have a good night, everyone, or a good morning, good day, whatever you're up to. I'm going to eat the rest of my stir fry. Thanks for hanging out. Always good to see you all. And one more time, don't try and steal a painting with a taser gun between your legs or you're going to zap yourself in the nuts, have a heart attack and die. Until next time, stay groovy.